everybody, so today I'm going to be talking about the EEGer system for neurofeedback, which is operated by the EEG store. Small disclaimer that I do run trainings for them now and again, but they know that I'll be giving an honest review, and I plan to do that. So for the EEGer setup, you do need a bit more things to make it happen. So the first thing you need is an amplifier. You can see these are where the sensors get plugged in. These, the ends. And these sensors do involve an ear clip, which is pretty standard for most clinical neurofeedback systems, but different than the MindLift. So this actually plugs in via USB to a computer. It does need to be a PC. It can be a laptop or a desktop, but it does need to, it can't be used on a Mac. And you do need, as you can see behind me, a laptop and then an external monitor. And that's because when you're running on EEGer, you have both the clinical screen, which the therapist would look at, as well as the client screen, which is where the game would be played. So this is important to know because your clients will, if they're going to do in-home, will need to be set up with both a laptop, an external monitor, an amplifier, and sensors. So it does take a little bit more to set it up, but when you're doing clinical neurofeedback in the office, you keep that set up pretty much all the time. So some of the biggest benefits to EEGer are really in the nitty-gritty of the software. EEGer is fast. The amount of time that it takes for the amplifier to receive signal and send it to the laptop is incredibly fast. So you're getting as accurate real-time data of what's happening in somebody's brain as possible. And the reason that's beneficial is because it allows you to really make changes as the client very, very rapidly because you're getting that immediate real-time information. So that's one of the biggest advantages is how fast it is. You also on the clinical screen get the whole raw EEG at the top. Now I'm still learning to read the full raw EEG. It's very technical, but you get better at it over time. But then it breaks down the signal into groups. So you pick 3 groups usually, unless you're doing something else, and you can see different bands. And you actually see the curves and all of the movement, which can be really helpful as you learn to read that. Now, as I'm telling you all of this, you're probably realizing that EEGer software is quite involved. It's one of the greatest benefits as you learn to use it, that EEGer has every option imaginable, except QEEG, it's not software for that. You can do any kind of protocol you would like. It has 4-channel built into it with Dr. Rob Coben's QPS average software. So there really is an unlimited number of neurofeedback options in terms of 2-channel, 4-channel, and reference trainings. You can also change just about anything in terms of the settings. But as you can imagine, when you're new, that can be quite challenging. There's a lot to learn. And that's actually where the EEGer community comes in. One of the biggest benefits is that EEGer really does have a lovely community of therapists that want to support each other and help each other grow. Although theoretically you could be stealing business from one of each other, but really that's just not how the community feels. Everybody knows that there's more than enough people who need this, and they want to help each other learn. The other thing that's a little challenging with EEGer is there is some initial cost to the setup, as you can imagine from what I just described, and the software is expensive at the beginning, but that license doesn't run out. So, and you get updates, so it really is a great system in terms of the longevity of using it. The other piece is that when you're doing it for home use, it does take some tech savvy to get it set up. Once you kind of go through it a couple times, you really learn what the tricks are. And EEGer always has tech support available to help you if things get kind of muckied up. They're really working on increasing the home use options through the pandemic, and I think we'll be seeing more from them on that front. The other piece is that you really do need a PC, and being in New Jersey, we've got lots of Mac users, so that really can change things. I'm hoping one day it'll be an app that will really help, but that does slow it down because it has to use the internet. So pros and cons to every kind of system. So In conclusion, I use both. I really like EEGer, especially for my clinical software. It gives me all the options. I really like MindLift because of the user-friendly aspect for home use. So to me, they both have their pros and their cons. And you just kind of have to figure out what you really need each one for. For that really user-friendly approach, MindLift is easier to set up, but for all the options I need and for all the technical stuff, EEGer really excels. So hopefully if you guys are listening, you each can work on your side of that and you'll be in even more competition with each other, or we'll just heal more people, which is really the ultimate goal. All right, well, thanks for listening to my review. If you have any questions, post them below. Oh, and I will be running a webinar on the 5th of February about becoming a neurofeedback clinician. So look forward to seeing more about that. Bye.